was leaving. So if you are watching, just go ahead and inbox my Brandon or Antoine or Jamel your phone number because we'll need that later.
Yes.
We're gonna jump right into what you're here, why you're here though.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And you're a realtor now.
Mm-hmm.
This is a big journey for you, and I'm super, super proud of you because I've seen you transition into so many things. But when you told me you were going to realtor, I said, "Oh, he's getting ready to be paid."
That's the goal.
So you brought a video with us today, and could we share it with the audience?
Yeah, and it'll pretty much be self-explanatory. So I'll just give a little details afterward. But
okay.
Well,
okay. No problem. And
every time you hear home buying seminar, you think knowledge overload. What happens when the professionals stop talking and start listening? That's exactly what we'll do here at Real Estate Roundtable. Thinking about becoming a realtor? Investing in property? Thinking about buying or selling your home? The pros and cons to renting versus selling? Need a pre-approval or credit repair? Guess what? We'll have professionals for that as well. Most times, it's that one lonely question that sways you to or away from your real estate dreams. Well, I challenge you to bring them all here to Real Estate Roundtable, where we're all ears and all answers. Real Estate Roundtable, where we'll listen to your questions and give you the answers to assist you in not just thinking about your real estate dreams, but actually making it happen.
All right. So, are you going to help us unpack all that you just talked about on your share the video because we're definitely going to talk about some of the good stuff, but we definitely want to talk about some important stuff today too. Mm-hmm. So, can you unpack with us that video?
Definitely. So, as people know, anytime you're going into a business, no matter what kind of business it is, you have to set yourself apart. Mm-hmm. So, being that I have a few things that I'm doing that it's like I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel. I'm just trying to do things differently that'll allow me to stand out. So I said that to say this. There are a lot of home buying seminars, tons and tons and tons. Mm-hmm. But if you've ever been to one, you'll sometimes get lost in the repeated information, or they'll speak real estate lingo and things that you don't really understand. So you kind of leave not knowing anything that you knew before you got there. So the thing that I'm trying to do is switch it around. We've gotten into an era where we Google everything. Mm-hmm. And I don't think people understand that Google is a combination of questions and answers by people. It's not always the truth. Mm-hmm. So if a person puts a question out there and somebody goes and answers and somebody likes the answer or puts the same answer, that's what's going to pop up when you Google. That does not make it true. Mm-hmm. So my goal is to get people to stop Googling stuff and ask actual professionals because that's what we're here for. So I'm putting together a group of professionals. We have credit repair specialists, a lender, title company, pretty much everybody that makes the real estate business come together so people can literally come out and ask the questions they have because those small questions, one question here, one question there is what people don't get answers to or get the wrong answer to, and then they don't go and do, their real estate dreams. Right. So that's our goal is to be there to listen and to answer the questions that people have versus just giving them a whole lot of information over and over.
Okay. So I'm gonna jump right in and ask some questions. So are you looking for people to be real estate agents? Are you looking for people who are interested in buying a home and signing up and working directly with you?
So that's a perfect question. And to be honest, I'm looking for it all. I think I said in my video, but again, this is for everybody. And I'll say that because before I became an agent, I thought about becoming an agent. But honestly, I Googled some stuff. I talked to some people and it was pure bad news. Pure bad news. And that's what strayed me away from becoming a realtor. Mm-hmm. Same thing with buying a home. Mm-hmm. Literally, I was in a place back home in Alabama making really, really good money. It's not considered good money here, but Alabama is considered really good money. My dad tried to convince me to buy property when the market, and the reason I don't really call it, the depression and all these other different words that people call it, because I don't think everyone was affected in the same way. Mm-hmm. When the vast majority of people were going through their financial issues, I'm blessed to say I wasn't. Mm-hmm. So when the market was down, I was able to buy a house, but...
is this during the 08 time?
Yes.
I couldn't even get a job at McDonald's
and see, that's why I said I was blessed. I was blessed I didn't have any financial issues at that time. And because it was my dad, it wasn't really somebody in the profession, I didn't listen. Mm-hmm. But I wish I had listened to him. So it's for realtors, people that want to get into it, who've heard nothing but bad things. It's for people who think about buying, selling, investing, flipping. It's literally for anyone. We're accepting all questions, not just for realtors, for the credit repair specialist. You may want to try to get your credit together for something else other than, buying a home. You could be starting a business. So again, real estate encompasses it all. And to have that group of people together, to me, would just help us become a stronger, greater community.
Right.
Okay, so you said there's also like some help with credit counseling.
Yeah, get your credit right.
Okay,
get your credit right.
That's definitely something that all of us should,
So what are some
more familiar with?
So what are some of the misconceptions? What is one of the biggest misconceptions for someone? Let's say just one or two that someone who's interested in buying their first home, because even though I just recently purchased my first home and I learned a lot of stuff about the home buying process that had I not been through the process, I would have been naive. Right. And one thing was the price of the home really doesn't matter to a certain extent, but the price of the home isn't. The price of the home don't matter, but you could kind of unpack some of that for us.
So it's a little difficult to say number one, so I'll just name a few things that I think people have misconstrued. First thing is, when you're buying a home, people don't understand that you don't have to pay for your agent. You literally have free service available to you. I wouldn't even say free, because you may have to pay small fees for my broker specifically. Right. We have a $225 fee. So if I'm out assisting, if you want to buy a home, Antoine, you will pay $225 that goes to Keller Williams. The person that you're purchasing the home for pays me on your behalf. Oh, so people don't really understand you have free. This is free. I'm here to work pretty much for free for you to do this, but they hear the word realtor and they run the other way. So it's just like going to court and you have your own defense and the other person has a lawyer, because that's inevitably what it turns out to be. If they have an agent representing them and you have none, you're kind of you're stuck in the mud, because they're going to know all the legalities, they're going to know the things behind it. So I think number one is just that if you're purchasing a home, just understand a realtor can come to you for little or nothing, because a lot of times we'll waive the fee. So let's say you're really struggling using programs and things like that to get to the table. I'm not going to let the deal fail for $225. Right. I'll pay you $225. Right. It's not that hard.
I mean, because that cut into your commission.
Well, I needed you. No matter of fact, I should have used you, and I would have been on HGTV. Long story. But
another thing I'll say is people think that they have to have a 700 credit score. That's not the case at all. If you have a 640, you qualify for a loan.
What about a 444?
Not a 444.
They don't have any breaks or anything.
You buy a home with a 444, you'll just be using cash. That's all. Or you'll be buying a house in a couple of months or years when we get together. But seriously, a 640, you can qualify for a loan. So a lot of people think that they have to save a whole bunch of money. You have to save $10,000, $20,000. You don't. People are literally going to the table with nothing. So I won't say a name, but my client right now is not taking anyone to the table. He's not, because there are programs available that will pay your down payment, that will assist you with your closing costs or pay your closing costs. And then that part about having a realtor, again, is important, because guess what? I have the seller paying some of his closing costs. But now, you as a person, you don't know that.
Would you be able to give out the name of one of these programs?
Oh,
or
yeah.
send us a link or something?
Oh, absolutely. I would say come out on Sunday. Because that again is going to be a more extensive place where we can do this. And then as realtors, there are a lot of different programs. I'll just say that, and I'm not going to pretend to know them all. But some of the most prevalent ones, especially in DC, is HPAP, which is the Home Purchase Assistance Program. Okay. And then, as you know,
HPAP. Take note of that, everyone. HPAP.
HPAP. For Maryland, there's PGCPAP, so it's for Prince George County. There's also Maryland Mortgage Assistance Program. So each, Virginia, DC, Maryland, even other places in the world or in the United States, they all have different programs, because I don't think that people understand the government wants us to own, because those are property taxes. Those are other taxes. Those are taxes that they can benefit from. When there are a lot of vacant properties, your city, your county, your state, they're not benefiting from those vacant lots and empty properties. So they actually have those programs. We just have to get out there and learn about them.
Right. Have you come across any discrimination or anything in the process of home buying? Because that is something that still exists, and redlining is something that happens quite often.
When you get into something, you understand how detrimental words can be. So I don't really want to say the word discrimination. But I have seen questionable things. I'll say that. And I have Because I want to put it out there. I don't just do buying and selling. I do rentals too. We do rentals, we do investment, we do commercial, we do anything. KWPPs, Keller Williams Preferred Properties, we're Upper Marlboro, but Keller Williams as a whole is the number one training company in the world. Like over Google, over Amazon, over all the companies. So they teach us a lot of things that we actually use. And so, I take that knowledge and I can look at a certain situation and kind of feel how things didn't go how legally they may have gone. But you have to ask yourself, is that a battle that you're ready to fight?
We're going to be fighting battles today for sure.
But let me ask you this question. So, what made you want to get into real estate? Like, what made you...
Do I want to say something on camera? Okay, no, I'm not ready. But I'll just say I've been through a lot. So I'll go ahead and say it. So, when I was 16, I decided to be grown or whatever the case may be, and I moved out on my own. So a lot of people do not know that. But I went out on my own at 16, being grown and all this other kind of stuff. Long story short, I found myself homeless more than once. Right. And I think things like that in your life are either going to make you or break you. Mm-hmm. And I come from a very small city. So with my city, we didn't have Walmart and we had one school.
So wait a minute, where are you from again?
Tuskegee, Alabama.
Okay.
Tuskegee, Alabama.
You know.
No, we don't.
But I hear you.
You still got them Alabama tags on your car, right?
No, I wish I did. If you're gonna move to the DMV, do not switch your car over. Their insurance is high. You gotta pay extra taxes to switch your stuff over. Leave your stuff back in the South or wherever you have it at. It's a fool. Okay. But long story short, through the things that I went through, a lot of stuff that I went through, I never ever want to see anybody else go through. Yes. So if I can actually help people, and I'm not a Jay-Z fan, Beyonce fan, all that kind of stuff, but when Jay-Z said it, I know other people said it, but when Jay-Z said, we got to gentrify our own neighborhoods, that spoke volumes to me because I was going through real estate at that point in time and I understood what it meant. So I do want to put this out there before my little time runs out. A lot of clients I meet, a lot of people I talk to, they want to move in a good neighborhood. But I want people to understand every neighborhood is just a neighborhood until people move in. And then people move in and they make that neighborhood what it is. So when you're looking at Adams Morgan and you're looking at all these other places and you think, oh, this is so nice. Not long ago, DC was the drug capital. Mm-hmm. People had to move in and make that neighborhood that. So I'm going to speak to whoever speaks or hears this. We have to go in and make these neighborhoods good neighborhoods. Mm-hmm. You have to be willing to go in, and the thing about it is you'll reap the benefits behind it because other people are moving into our neighborhoods, buying it for dirt cheap, double pricing it, and you can't afford it. Now you're out.
Yes,
that's how their neighborhoods become good neighborhoods. But what happens when we start to buy them and put them at reasonable prices that we can afford, and now we have good neighborhoods. So I really want people to stop focusing on good neighborhoods and all that stuff and focus on investing in yourself, investing in your future. Because if you go to Southeast right now and you were to buy a property, 3 years from now, 4 years from now, 5 years from now, your equity could be double.
Yes,
true.
But people in Southeast and they don't even want to go look. And it's a lot of gems in Southeast. It's a lot of gems in Upper Marlboro, Clinton, all these areas, but we got to get out of this. I want to move in a good neighborhood.
Yeah. So someone said that's happening in NYC right now.
It's happening all over.
Yeah, it's been happening for a while.
It's been happening for a while, especially in Southeast. So people, go to Southeast because I see it. I'm born and raised in Southeast. I'm a native Washingtonian, and every time I go on that side, I see people walking their dogs. If you catch my drift,
it's
so.
Somebody said, "Be the change you want to see in your neighborhood." Because if they start down in my neighborhood, I'm gonna go in there and tap them on the door like, "We don't do that around here." Because I am running for the HOA president.
Are you running?
Not yet.
Okay. I hate HOAs, but
Well, I mean, you gotta keep the value. I respect it.
There are pros and cons to HOAs. I'll say that. But I want to piggyback off something you said earlier. Another reason realtors are important is because, as you said, the price point is just one thing. People don't even understand HOA. They don't understand taxes. They don't understand all these things are going to compound on top of that price that you're looking at. So you need professionals there to tell you these things. And you can't just take your price point and divide it by 30 years. No, it don't work that way.
A lot of things that your everyday person wouldn't know, because that's your specialty. You can inform a lot of people on things that they wouldn't have known. So.
Yeah, definitely.
We definitely appreciate that information.
Okay, well, thank you, Ken. I hope you guys learned a lot.
I hope y'all are ready to go by. Check them out on Sunday.
If you're available, it's going to be Bellevue Library.
Bellevue
Southwest, Southeast area. But again, it's a very nice library. And if you come over to that area, and the reason I'm having that area is because I want people to come over there. It's literally between the harbor and that stadium. It doesn't get any better. That's where we need to be at. That's where we still have the opportunity to gentrify our own neighborhood. So those areas are where we need to be. And you'll see, even not too far, it's in Oxon Hill technically, but they just put a Target out there. You have to watch stuff like that. And I'm going to tell people that you have to watch businesses. Businesses are smart. They have people who work for them to do these things. So they're not going to just bring these businesses if they didn't know something was coming or something was going on. So pay attention to the businesses that are coming to your neighborhood. Pay attention to construction. All that stuff speaks volumes about the real estate itself.
Now, when they put a Whole Foods in your neighborhood, it's a
yes. By the time they put a Whole Foods, the price is already high. So I'm just saying that Whole Foods just like people. They're not coming until it's a good price point. So by the time Whole Foods get there, it's too late. You're gonna pay the high price.
But unless you already own it,
right? So you might want to go in early.
So, will you be staying with us on the couch?
We got so much to